Hi Soccerlanders, today is another video on how to choose your favorite team. This time it's Underdog edition. So when it comes to Underdog teams, they are also, in a way, they're special because yes, they might not win all the time like top teams, but the reward is sweeter. When they win, you're like, oh yeah, finally they won. The reward is sweeter, especially if they end up winning something big, like let's say for example in England there's a competition called FA Cup, which is not a league but a cup. It's a elimination tournament. Once you play somebody and you lose, you're out of the competition. Imagine, like, among all the teams in Europe, all the divisions, your underdog team goes up there and wins the whole competition. You're like, wow, holy cow, this is crazy. And those type of wins for underdog teams, they arrive not much. It's like sort of a once in a lifetime or once in a decade accomplishment, at least a decade. So yeah, joy of supporting Underdog Club comes from the journey, not the victories. And when it comes to top clubs, for example, what feels rewarding with the top club when you're supporting a top club, when they do win that big trophy that they are supposed to win, or you know, they're one of the top contenders to win that, becoming champions of their league. For example, again, England, right? In England, for example, top club of English Premier League, which is a difficult task to do. If they achieve that, wow, okay, awesome. If they win Champions League, European Champions League, they're like, wow, okay, this, you feel euphoric, of course, when it comes to top club experience. But when you just win on a regular basis, to get to those trophies, to win those trophies, you have to win all the time. You have to win a lot. In league, when there's 38 matches, for example, yes, you win most of them, but sometimes you still might not be end up becoming a champion. And so every win is not as sweet as it could have been with an underdog club. Underdog club, when they win, it means that, okay, wow, like something unusual happened, you know, in my life. It's like there's a reason to celebrate it, especially if those, yes, limited wins, but still victories, they help you to survive and stay in the league, for example, instead of being eliminated to a lower division at the end of the season. So there's that contrast, right, between top club and underdog club. So if you want to support a underdog club, right now, by the way, I'm wearing Olympiakos shirt. Olympiakos is a team from Greece. It's not really appropriate to wear this shirt for this video because they're not really underdogs. They are one of the top teams in Greece, but in the United States, not the majority doesn't follow Olympiakos. You know what I mean? So that's why it's kind of, I felt appropriate to wear it. First way of supporting underdog club is to see where you live. If you live in a place where your team is not a top club, right, or the soccer is not maybe the most popular sport, or you're living in a smaller town or something like that, supporting your local club can still feel very rewarding because you have that community. You can talk to people, unite with them, come to them, maybe even like follow them on social media, talk about the games or just about other things, just connect with people. Yeah, meeting new people essentially. And that's one avenue to have your own community of friends, a community of same-minded people, which is awesome. What's cool about it is that local competition, it gives you ability to actually go on the stadium and support your team and be around those people that you like, that you feel that is your community. And have fun with them. These activities will definitely enrich your life, because life is about fun memories and cool people in your life, right? So when it comes to Olympiakos, for example, if you live in the United States and somehow end up following Olympiakos, is one of the two reasons. Your parents are from Greece and they are immigrants in America, and that's why you've heard of Olympiakos, because a lot of people, your relatives for example, do follow soccer in Greece. Soccer is #1 sport in Greece, and so okay, yeah, I've heard about Olympiakos, and my relatives, like my uncle for example, or my dad, are crazy about them, and so it's kind of easier to connect and hear about stories and why it's awesome to follow Olympiakos, and their passion sort of comes to you and you start following Olympiakos. The second reason why, maybe you watched one Champions League or Europa League and Olympiakos was in the tournament, and maybe they were able to win one time top club or something like that, or you just suddenly landed on their game, watched their game and liked them, and like, oh okay, this is a cool team, maybe I should follow them, like what they do, right? Or watch more of their games because I liked watching their last game, and the passion starts from there, right? So for me, when it comes to the Underdog Club, while I do support FC Barcelona mostly, yes, FC Barcelona is my favorite club, I root for one underdog team called Aston Villa from Birmingham, England, and they play in English Premier League. It was a roller coaster with them. I support them since the beginning. I root for them for 12 years now, or 14 years, because I started rooting for Barcelona in 2008, and around that same time, in the beginning of 2009, I really liked how a team called Aston Villa played back in the day. They were around 5th or 6th, sometimes even 4th in English Premier League, so almost as high as top clubs in the English Premier League table, and they were really showing good football, and it felt like they are close to like being in Champions League and landing in Champions League by the end of the season. Like if you're finishing at first top 4 spots, you're gonna be in the Champions League. So their football was very attractive. I really liked their players too. It was awesome, and since then I started supporting them. Yes, not maybe as closely and deeply feeling the pain when they were losing, or the pain when things with the management were going wrong, right? With FC Barcelona, for example. But still, I did catch myself feeling emotional about them too. When things go wrong or things go right, I witnessed them being good, but then fall. There were times when they actually got relegated from English Premier League to lower league. It's called Championship. it's a weird why lower level teams are called Championship teams. But yes, they fell to a sort of second division when it comes to the level. If the EPL, English Premier League, is top, that one is second. So they fell to that level. And I was like, oh my god, like how are they gonna survive there, and when we're gonna see them again in Premier League? And a couple years passed, and then they were able to climb up, and I was very happy. I was following that process as well, and when they end up actually being in English Premier League again, it was seasons passed by, and yes, there were highlights sometimes barely staying in Premier League, but now they're playing good. And this season they actually might have a chance to land in Champions League again. The full circle came back after 14 years when like they're close as ever to actually, hopefully, to be in the English Premier League. Right now they're fourth. We'll see how they do. Anyway, so enough of my personal stories. What's another reason to follow Underdog team? Affordability. It's cheaper to support not top clubs. It's cheaper to go to their games. It's cheaper to buy their merchandise, if that's something that worries you, the financial aspect. Another reason is the fact that all the talented players that are in the top clubs, okay, not all, but most of them start with lower underdog teams. And in underdog teams, they get developed really well, and that's how actually underdog teams earn money right now, is making sure that they're growing some world-class talents, and when the world-class talents start playing well, they can sell for expensive money to the top club. But there are times when actually few people that become top class level players, they do end up staying in their team, and that's considered a very notable thing to do in soccer. If you don't betray your club and you stay there. But of course I do understand people who want to go to top level, right? To live in big city, to play in the most competitive competitions and earn more money, essentially. And the last point of this video is, by supporting Underdog, you are avoiding bandwagoning, which means that nobody will tell you, oh, you're following this club because they're successful only because of that. How dare you? Like that. You are following a team that is harder to follow because they don't win all the time, but when they do show their brilliance, if they will ever show their brilliance, let's hope, right? Then you can tell that I was there from the beginning. I followed their journey from the beginning, and that's also a rewarding factor, another rewarding factor of supporting an underdog club. I hope this makes sense, and it sort of helps you to make your decision about what team to follow. And again, whether you follow a top team or underground team, that's completely fine, right? I personally follow a top team, but you can be different. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next videos. Bye bye.